Early afternoon of college basketball. It's the Quakers in their season opener taking on the Depauw Tigers, who come in at 1-2. Thanks for being with us. As I mentioned, a rare afternoon contest here this afternoon. It is break. In fact, Thanksgiving break for the Quakers. Crowd will not be very big today, so the Quakers team as a team will have to feed off their own energy here this afternoon as Depauw again 1-2. The Quakers, one of the few teams that have yet to get a game in, and they will do it here today. When we come back in just a moment, we'll not only hear from Jason Polikoff, we'll also talk some local basketball from a standpoint of Mitch Blankenspor. We'll talk about his duties leading up to today's contest between the Tigers and the Quakers. That's coming up in just a moment. Stay right there. This is Earlham Basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
As you see both teams out on the floor getting ready for today's matchup, Mitch Blankenspor is the sports information director for the Earlham Quakers, and seems like forever. I mean, everybody else is getting games in, and Earlham is finally playing their first game today.
Yeah, Troy, definitely good point. The season officially got underway not last Saturday, but the week before. So we're at, day 10 or so, and this is the opener for Earlham. I think Coach Polikoff wanted this game to be at 2 o'clock so his student-athletes could get home for Thanksgiving afterwards, but nonetheless got a pretty decent Depauw squad here at Shuckman Court this afternoon. Should be a good one. All
right, Coach is going to talk about this in a couple of moments. He wants to get up and down the floor. I know Depauw likes to get up and down the floor as well, so it could be a track meet.
Yeah, definitely a very tradition-rich program in Depauw under veteran head coach Bill Fenlon. He's been at several Division III institutions, including Rose-Hulman, which is in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. At one point in his career, Depauw made the NCAA tournament last year and upset the 10th-ranked Bears of Washington St. Louis on their home floor and lost to the eventual national runner-up by a single point on what Depauw fans would call a, quote, phantom foul at midcourt.
Quakers, 9 different players on the squad that were not a part of the team last year. Might take a little bit of time to get the chemistry all put together.
Yeah, definitely. I think Coach Polikoff's brought in some pretty decent recruits. I think he's sort of changing the culture of Earlham basketball. I know it's been a couple rough years in the wins and losses side for this men's basketball program, but definitely excited to have Jason here, and you're going to see a lot of young players play. You got Kamari Hunter and Taylor Alexander, likely starters in the backcourt for Earlham, but aside from that, it's essentially going to be a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is be patient, too, because it does take time to put this whole thing together, but the one thing he does say is that he likes his young kids right now, and these guys in the scrimmages they've had so far, they've stepped out there and they played very well.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to, I think, a couple people to highlight. Daryl Hutchinson, Alex Topalovic, and Cheney Zolman. They're listed as probable starters in our game program here. That's what I was doing all morning, was making the game program for guys like you to use. And fans here at Shuckman Court, hopefully get a decent amount of fans here at a 2 o'clock game, kind of a weird start. But those kind of 3 freshmen, I think, were the center points of Coach Polikoff's recruiting class, and excited to see them here this afternoon.
One other thing I like to see is when I look up and down the roster, I see 6'6", 6'6", 6'5", 6'5". Hasn't been a part of Earlham's basketball program to have size in a long time.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think Earlham does have some size, relatively more size than it's had in the past. I think you're going to run into some some bigger schools. I know there's a couple 6'9" post players in the league that'll give Earlham some problems, but I think, as you said, and similar to what we talked to in the women's game this past weekend, that Earlham's going to get up and run, try to create some turnovers, really have to box out. I guess the one other point I'd like to make, there's for you, Troy, there might be a familiar person on the bench for Depauw. The former Manchester coach, Brad Nadborn, is in his first year as an assistant at his alma mater, standing down there at the bench talking to Coach Fenley. He coached the Spartans the last 11 years, made one NCAA tournament, so good to see Brad back here at Shepherd Court.
Very good. By the way, new website. Talk about it once again if you don't mind.
Definitely. It's been sort of my child, per se, the past 2 months. We launched last Wednesday. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. I think it brings a more vibrant look to it. I think it's exciting when you look at it. I know you'll read about our app on your phone. I hope you've downloaded. I'll have to take you out back here if you haven't. But that's something that everyone can get some notifications on their phone. Someone do a text message. You can access the website in a very mobile-friendly way. So really excited about our new athletics website. And I guess one other thing I'd like to point out, I'm sure you can do this in the broadcast too, the women's basketball team is in action tonight at St. Mary of the Woods across I-70 in West Terre Haute, Indiana. I don't know if you can even get in West Terre Haute, stay in the state of Indiana because it's so far on the west border. But they'll be playing the Pomeroys on St. Mary of the Woods. Kind of runs a Grinnell-type style. They sub in 5 players in and out about every 50 seconds.
Wow. So
I expect that game to be in the 90s and even triple digits.
Is that tonight?
Tonight, 6 p.m.
All right. Mitch, thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
Troy.
good to
Have a
see you
good
again.
one.
Thank you. Mitch Blankensport joining us here in the pregame. When we come back, Jason Polikoff will give his thoughts about his basketball team. We continue on the pregame right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Coach, we were just discussing 3 games in for most of these teams. Your first game is today. How much of a disadvantage does that put your ball club today?
You know, I think it depends on which way you look at it. That you can look at it and say that they're 3 games in, they've got that experience and able to iron out any of the kinks that they had or any. You can look at it that way, or you could look at it as this is their 3rd game in 5 days, and they might be a little worn out. I don't know how long they've had or how many days they've had to prepare for us. We've had this whole week to prepare for them. Our guys are a little bit more rested. So I don't know. You can look at it either way. For us, we're young. It's a new team. We're doing things a little bit different, not completely. I just want to see us go out there and compete, whether we're 1 game in, 10 games in, and see what it looks like at the end.
All right, when you say you're doing a few things a little bit different, what might some of those things be?
We're gonna try to push the pace a little bit, and on both ends, you'll see us come out in a little bit of a press, and then offensively, we're gonna try to push the ball. Like I said, it's their 3rd game in 5 days, and if we can kind of maybe wear them out a little bit, I think that might play to our advantage later in the game. We also have a deeper rotation than they seem to show, so we'll see. We'll see if it works for us. But this is kind of it's going to be our new identity this year. Just making the game a little bit faster than it was last year.
You know, when I did your scrimmage, and after the scrimmage, the officials talked to you and the team about all these rule changes, and especially when it comes to guarding and such. How much does that affect you guys, at least early in the season?
I mean, that's a terrific question. Our guys are still getting accustomed to the hand check rule, but we talk about it every single day in practice. And they're still learning to adapt to some of the rules and using them to their advantage. It's much easier to take a charge now than it used to be for the last 2 or 3 years. So we're going to just adapt to it as we go. The refs, it was very kind of them to stick around after our little inter-squad scrimmage and talk to us about the things that we need to be cognizant of on the court, because the refs are going to call them. And so we shape our practice and our game, not our game plan, but we shape our practices and how we instruct around what the rules are now. And it's obviously a first game, so we can't really tell if it's going to help, hurt, hinder. I don't know what. We'll find out.
Your freshmen playing their first collegiate game for real. How do you think they'll respond?
We've been pretty lucky. We have some really talented freshmen who also come with a lot of confidence, which is a good thing. Not overly confident, not cocky, but they don't seem to get rattled. We played, our first game was an exhibition against a Division I team, started 3 freshmen, and I was pleased with how they came out and how they competed. I think we're almost 30 practices in, and now getting our first game, I think they're just ready to play, and there'll be a learning process, of course, and there'll be an adjustment, of course, but I think they're pretty caught up right now.
I wanted to ask you, how deep will you go today? Because you have a lot of kids on this team that want to prove to you that they can play, and a lot of these young kids that prove to you that they belong out on the floor. What will be your game plan today as far as getting people minutes? Yeah,
I think we could go about 10 deep. We could go further if need be, but we'll go about 10 deep in, varying degree. I mean, certain guys are going to have to be on the court a little bit more than others, but I'm extremely confident that we have at least 10 guys that can go in there that I feel comfortable. And to be honest with you, there's 1 or 2 more that if I threw them in there, I wouldn't be concerned. I know they can also do the job. You get 200 minutes, and to try to divvy it amongst 10 to 12 people can get tricky. So you got to put the guys in spots that you think they're going to help you, and give rest to the guys who you know are going to help you, et cetera, et cetera.
I know your goal is conference season, this being a non-conference game and such. Do you want to experiment a little bit and certainly give everybody every opportunity that they possibly can before the conference season begins?
Yeah, we will, a little bit. I mean, I'm sure by the time conference starts, even though it's right around the corner, to be honest with you, but right around the time conference starts, we'll have a better idea. I'm still learning. We got 9 new players on a roster of 16. So I'm still learning who does what well, who plays well with who. So there's going to be constant shuffling and shifting until we get into a groove that we feel comfortable with. And then there's always the intent or the uncontrollables that happen, injuries and foul trouble and all. So you just gotta prepare them as best you can in practice, and then see what happens when the game rolls around.
Coach, you mentioned a team already that's played a ton of games already. I mean, it seems like in a short amount of time, again, with their tournament. What do you see in Depauw today?
They're different. They're different, just like us. They're a little different in a way that's different than us. They lost a lot of seniors, and I think most of their starting lineup last year is gone. Most of their scoring is gone. But a school like Depauw always has troops and waiting on the bench, ready to play. So they'll have some guys that are less experienced but still very talented playing for them. So they're different than they were last year in that respect. Just like we have sort of a brand new team, except we didn't graduate anybody. We just brought in new players, and we're trying to work with what we have there. So it's if you look at their game film from last year and you take it for what it is, they're not the same team. So we have to game plan for this team that they have, not the traditional Depauw team.
Will they try to slow it down with you trying to speed it up? Will they try the opposite and play more of a half-court game and really kind of slow this thing down?
I don't think so. They like to run too, so it'll be an entertaining game at least for the fans. They like to push it. I mean, they're a little bit more methodical in the half-court if they don't get that initial transition break, but they'll try to push it as well. I don't know if they'll press. They haven't shown that they will, but they. I think I can almost assure you that they're confident coming into this game. I mean, they handled us pretty easily last year. I don't think they know too much about us and our new players, so it's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing, to be honest with you.
Coach, good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Once again, Jason Polikoff and his thoughts about today's matchup. I think he, like all of us, are anxious to see what this Earlham basketball team is all about, and we're going to find out here in just a few moments. When we come back, we'll take a much closer look at the Tigers of Depauw. That's coming up in just a moment. This is Earlham basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Do you need help taking care of your car? I know we do, because Troy can barely change the position of the seat. That's why we take our cars to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main Street in Richmond. We've been relying on Brad and his crew for years, and they always take good care of us without breaking the bank. For great auto service by trained professionals, call Beach Automotive at 966-8181 or visit their website at beach-auto.com.
If you would like your athlete to take their game to the next level, look no further. New Vision Sports and their staff has over 20 years of experience in coaching and developing the serious-minded athlete. New Vision specializes in improving your basketball skills, overall speed, and agility. Find them on Facebook or Twitter, or give them a call at 765-977-5831. Again, call 765-977-5831, or go to their website at newvisionsports.com.
Tigers again come in at 1-2 on the season. They beat Franklin 84-79, losing to Johns Hopkins 82-74, and Pomona Pitzer, 77-74 in that one. So they again are 1-2 on the season, averaging 77 points per game, just over 77 per game, giving up 79.3. Both, at least from an offensive and defensive standpoint, they're shooting pretty well at 46%, giving up nearly 47% on the season. In their three-point field goal percentage at 37.3, giving up only 24.1. Struggling a little bit at the free throw line at 67.8%, 38 rebounds. Here's one area the Quakers are hoping today that they can turn them over, 16.7 turnovers per game. They're led by Dave Vogel, 17 points and 4 rebounds. Luke Latner at 16 points and also 3.7 boards. And Jack Vandermerk is at 11.7 points and 7.7 rebounds. A couple of games played last night in the HCAC. Franklin was a winner over Weber International, that final 97-95, and Center beat Transylvania 61-46. Coming up tonight, Mount St. Joe's at Wright State. Franklin is at Eckerd. Ohio Northern is on the road at Defiance. Wabash at Rose. Hanover hosting Spalding. It's Manchester home against Calvin. And Anderson is at Illinois Tech. Standings going into today's action. Again, no conference games played as of yet. Anderson is at 2-0. Bluffton and Rose, both teams at 2-1. Defiance and Mount St. Joe, they're both at 1-1 on the season. Manchester's 1-2, with Transylvania and Franklin both at 1-3. So some teams have already played 4 games. Quakers play their first game here today. Hanover's 0-2, and Franklin is at 0-3 on the season. Want to remind you, Earlham Athletics has a new home on the internet. GoEarlham.com features a new modern look, along with a social media section called Connect with the Quakers. And along with the new athletics website comes a mobile app called Earlham Athletics Front Row. It's available for download at the App Store for your iPhone and Google Play Store for your Android. And the Front Row app allows fans to view GoEarlham.com in a mobile-friendly way. Notifications can also be set up so you can support Earlham Athletics by downloading the app today. We'll come back in a couple of moments. We'll have the starting lineups on the way, and the tip-off is right around the corner. Stay right there. This is Earlham basketball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Earlhamites, you don't need to be on the heart to feel close to it. Your Earlham Alumni Council is here to help all of our alumni stay connected, to support students, and to ensure that Earlham is strong for years to come.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot district that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Students, you'll love what your alumni office can do for you. Take advantage of career and networking opportunities on campus each year and learn about the support available to you following graduation at earlham.edu/alumni.
Summit Computers manufactures their own line of competitively priced workstations and servers with only high-quality parts. They are registered and certified business partners with many manufacturers, distributors, and companies to offer competitive pricing as a value-added reseller. Their experienced technicians have a proven track record and are an invaluable support team for your information technology needs. Contact Summit at 939-2120 and at summit-computers.com.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all hand-picked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center as we get set for today's matchup. Let's go ahead to our public address announcer for the starting lineups of today's matchup.
Now let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Depauw Tigers. Starting at guard, number 15, Nate John. At guard, number 22, David Vogel. At guard, number 31, Luke Leckner. At At forward, number 33, Jack Vandermerk. And at forward, number 35, Clint Cunningham. The Tigers are coached by head coach Bill Fenlon. He is assisted by Dan Bozelli, Brad Nadburn, and Marcus Bledsoe. And now, Quaker fans, on your feet, let's make some noise and meet the starting lineup for your Earlham College Quakers. Starting in guard, a 6'2" junior out of Long Beach, California, number 1, Damari Hunter. At guard, a 6'1" senior out of Champaign, Illinois, number 11, Kaylin Alexander. At guard, a 6'4" freshman out of Indianapolis, Indiana, number 23, Daryl Hutchinson. At guard, a 6'5" freshman out of Belgrade, Serbia, number 24, Alex Tepalovic. And at forward, a 6'6" freshman out of North Manchester, Indiana, number 31, James Bowman.
There you have the starting lineups as we get set for this one. A little bit of a different starting lineup tonight, or at least this afternoon, for the Depauw Tigers. They will start Nate John out of Terre Haute. He's a junior at 5'10". He was not originally set to be in the starting lineup. And also Clint Cunningham, a 6'5" forward out of Columbus North High School. Cunningham will wear number 35. So it'll be John, Vogel, Latner, along with Vandermerk, and Cunningham. For the Quakers, Hunter, Alexander, Hutchinson, Topalovic, and Zolman. And we are underway. Quakers finally getting their season underway here this afternoon. You heard Coach talk about they'll play a little more up-tempo, as Depauw will have the basketball first and attacking left to right. Quakers have a little more size this year. A little jump hook in the lane, no good by Cunningham. Now the Quakers with the basketball for the first time in the 2015-16 season. Hunter starts to drive. Here's Topalovic with a left hand. First turnover for the Quakers. Left hand jump shot on the way. That one will be missed. Hunter with a rebound off the missed shot. Off the miss, David Bogle, the 6'4" sophomore. He's averaging 17 points per game. Quakers with the basketball. Here's Alexander, the senior, on the drive, and there's a whistle and a foul. Bogle will pick up his first. That is something of emphasis this year in men's college basketball, will be the hand checking. Quakers inbound. That'll be Hunter lobbing inside. Alexander back to Hunter. Topalovic on the post. Shot clock went to a fresh 30. Quakers work it out front. Now to Zolman. Zolman giving the Quakers size down low at 6'6". Here's Alexander from 3. It's good. So the Quakers get on the board first, leading this one 3-0. And Alexander back at his more natural position as the number 2 guard. A little jump hook in the lane is good by Vandermerk. Vandermerk now with his first 2. The 6'7" sophomore makes it a 3-2 ball game. Quakers basketball. Topalovic down in the low post. Here's Alexander in the left wing. Zolman, they'll work it from Topalovic to Hunter around the perimeter. Anxious to see Hutchinson as Hutchinson draws the double team to Topalovic. His release no good as the shot clock runs out, and it'll be Depauw basketball. Down the lane. Boy, had a shot, passed it up. Here is Vandermerk for 3. Good. And Depauw now with a 5-3 lead. Again, just underway here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. The 4th game of the year now for the Tigers. The Quakers with their season opener. Alexander, fadeaway jumper, way short. Might have been partially blocked by Vogel. And the Tigers across the timeline. Entry pass, and a bad pass it was. First turnover now for the Tigers. Here's Alexander on the drive, and we've got a blocking foul. Foul be called on Nate John. He will pick up his first. And we're going to go to the line for 2 shots, and the senior Talon Alexander. Quakers are short-handed here this afternoon without Elijah Wilson Thomas, as the first free throw by Alexander is no good. And Earlham will go to the bench for the first time, and we will see the junior Kyle Smith, 5'11", out of Nashville, Tennessee. Coach Polikoff had mentioned already he may go 10 or 11 deep here this afternoon, as the free throw is good, and it's a 1-point ball game. Depauw wasting no time. Again, we will probably see both teams really get out and run a lot here this afternoon. Drive in the lane. Short on the shot is Vandermeer. And the Quakers back the other way. So Palovich off the left wing. Nothing there, and he'll bring it back out. Here is Hunter. Now they're working Alexander down in the low post, but they can pop him at any time. Shot clock at 13. Hutchinson straight away, good from 16. So Hutchinson with his first collegiate points, and the Quakers now lead at 6-5. Earlham is going to press a little bit today. I'll be curious to see how well and how effective they'll be, as Vandermeer can't get it to go, gets the offensive rebound on the tip, and a fresh 30 for the Tigers. They'll work down in that low post and off the glass, and good. That is Cunningham. So Cunningham using his size down low gets his first bucket. It's now 7-6. Depauw, and that'll be an offensive foul and a turnover for the Quakers, an illegal screen on Topalovich. And take that back. They're going to get Hutchinson on the foul. Turnover number 2 now for the Quakers. 16 minutes remaining again in women's college basketball. They've gone to quarters. The men will stay at halves, and a quick release as the Quakers fail to get back on defense, and Bogle gets his first 2. And the Tigers now lead it by 3, 9-6. Here's Hunter working the point for the Quakers. Topalovich straight away. The entry now to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, nice turn in the lane, but has it blocked by Vandermeer. It goes out of bounds. Hutchinson, the last to touch it. And the Quakers make a change. We'll see for the first time Darius Myman come in the ball game. Myman out of Union, Kentucky, 6'2", and a junior. So Depauw basketball. Quakers again, a very light press, and they'll fall back. Here's the pass in the lane, contact, no whistle. Shot on the way from 3, good, and that'll be Cunningham. Quakers now down by 6. Smith looking down low for Alexander. They'll work it out front. Once again to Hutchinson. Here's Hunter. The kick now to Smith. 14 on the shot clock. Smith from 3. Can't get it to go. And the rebound, Vandermeer now for Depauw. Tigers running the floor, and back quickly getting a hand on it will be Alexander to knock that one out of bounds. So now the Quakers know they will have to get back on defense, as Depauw able to run the floor very effectively with their big men early. Tigers reset it out front. Here's John. They're going to go down low again. Here's Vandermeer with the jump hook, no good. Offensive rebound, Cunningham put back short. Cunningham able to come out with a rebound again as he took it away from Talon Alexander, and a fresh 30 now for the Tigers. Once again, Tigers inside, left hand, jump shot, good. He has 7, Jack Vandermeer, and the Quakers down by 8. Smith looking down low. Now it'll be Hunter on the right wing. Gets the screen from Alexander. Hunter will pull up his jumper. Good. That'll be a 2-point shot for Kamari Hunter. And the small drought there finally stopped for the Quakers. Still trailing it by 6. Cunningham may have gotten away with a little shove with the right hand. Tigers looking down low, little high-low as they work the size inside, and short on the shot is Vandermeer. Can't get it to go, and here come the Quakers. Boy, a chippy right there for the Tigers. Smith looking underneath to Hutchinson. Myman will give it off now to Alexander. Back to Myman. Here is the bucket, good by Hutchinson. Myman with the assist. And the Quakers now trail it by 4. They were down by 8. Here's a three-pointer. The left-hand shot no good by Vogel. And Smith quickly down the floor for the Quakers. Takes it in the lane, and they got him for an offensive foul. Ran over the top of Nate John. Kyle Smith will pick up his first. We will see a host of changes coming in for both teams. Cole Benet coming in for the Quakers. Benet 6'6" out of Allen, Texas. Also coming in for the Tigers will be Brandon Fay. He'll run the point wearing number 12. Also coming in, Andrew Cruz, a 6'7" junior. He got the start in their first couple of games. So both teams going deep into their bench here in the first half. 14-10, Depauw on top. Drive and the pull-up jumper, good. That'll be Vogel. He now has 4. Smith looking inside. Once again, Topalovic straight away. He'll be checked there by Kuz defensively. Smith starts to make a move, then stripped out of his hands. Ball is loose, and the Quakers will have it. Benet able to pick up the loose basketball. Quakers need to pay attention to the shot clock, as it was down to 10, and they reset it right there. Quakers will take the basketball out of bounds on the sideline, as you see, down by 6 with 12:36 remaining here in the first half. So as promised, the Quakers going deep on their bench. Hunter will continue to work the point. Hunter drives. In fact, apparently they did not reset the shot clock. Offensive foul will be called on Kamari Hunter. That's the second offensive foul on the Quakers, their third turnover. Hunter will come out of the ball game. Isaiah Ware, the 5'10 freshman coming into the lineup. He's out of Indianapolis, played at Crispus Attucks High School. Again, the Tigers quickly pushing the ball up the floor, now reset in the half court. Quakers down by 6. Here's Kuz. Little handoff to Latner, down in that low post again. Jump hook no good by Austin Martin, and then the putback. Kuz will get his first 2. Quakers getting beat on the boards here in the first half, especially Depauw on the offensive side. Down the lane, the left-hand shot is missed by Ware. And Depauw basketball. A little screen and roll action here up front, but there was nothing there. Stepalovic on the floor, and the kick of the basketball, that was kicked by Kuz. And goes back over to the Quakers, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 11:36 remaining here in the opening half of play. Quakers down 18-10. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
Quakers down 18-10. Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Quakers 3 turnovers here in the first half. So far, Depauw with just 1 turnover. And it will be Quaker basketball. Good look at Isaiah Ware. He played very well in the scrimmage we saw earlier this year. Of course, the Quakers have had 2 scrimmages. Drive in the lane, ball came loose, and a push from behind as Cole Benet gets a little shove in the lower back, and the foul called on the Tigers. And they will get Latner on the foul. That is the third team foul. Entry pass, and on the way up, another foul called, and they'll get Austin Morton. They had listed that Latner had picked up his second. I had him for just his first. And we'll go to the line as Cole Benet. As we mentioned, Benet, the 6'6 freshman out of Allen, Texas. Able to connect, and that is his first collegiate point on the season as the Quakers now have cut the deficit to 7. Benet with the second free throw is no good. Quakers able to get the rebound as Ware steps in. Three-pointer is missed by Myman. Good opportunity for the Quakers to get another 3 on the board. It comes up empty, still down by 7. Tigers basketball as they work it to the left side, and a foul called down low, and they will get Austin Morton with his second. Turnover number 2 now on the Tigers. Change again for Depauw as they will bring in Jacob Heller. Heller's out of Prairie Heights High School, a freshman, 6'1". He'll wear number 14. And Quakers basketball. Here's Ware across the timeline. Smith at the right elbow. They'll do a little cut action inside and try to post up Topalovic. Ball squirted loose, but picked up by Ware. And the Quakers still with 13 on the shot clock. It did not change. The possession did not officially change. Here's Smith. Myman works it right side to Topalovic for 3. Good. And Topalovic also with his first points in his collegiate career. Again, we'll see the Quakers, a little soft press that time. Here's Kuz straight away, and we've got another foul away from the basketball. We've seen this a couple of times, and we said a little bit ago, whether it's on the ball or away from the ball, as Smith will pick up the foul. You're going to see these teams have to adjust their game a lot because the game is supposedly going to be called a lot closer. And they're going to get rid of the hand check and the arm bar and everything else. Here's a three-pointer the way that one rims in and out. As Bradley Fay unable to get the bucket. It'll be Quaker basketball. Here is Smith for 3. That one's off the mark. And high for the rebound was Jacob Heller. Tigers work it down inside. Here's the kick. Good ball movement. Wide open for 3. That one is going to be short. Offensive putback, good. Vandermeert once again cleaning up the boards. And the Quakers down by 6. Myman entry pass to Topalovic. He was looking high-low. Here's the jumper off the screen. Good. Isaiah Ware, his first 2 of his collegiate career. A lot of firsts here today for the Quakers. Quakers down by 4. Ball loose on the floor. And what do we have? May have called a foul there. Nate John was the one who picked up the foul. That'll be his second, so he has 2. Morton has 2. Hutchinson back in for the Quakers. Kalen Alexander also coming back into the lineup, and for Depauw, they have brought back Clint Cunningham. So Quaker basketball down by 6 coming up on the 9-minute mark. Alexander in the drive, draws the double team. Pull away jumper, no good. And quickly out on the run, but a turnover for the Tigers. Here's Hutchinson driving, draws the contact, lays it in. And now the Quakers have closed the gap to 2 following the turnover by the Tigers. Here's Fay. See if they'll work it back down low again. Topalovic will be called on the block. And again, the players are really going to have to adjust on what they can do defensively with the body, with the hands, which apparently, again, that is a no matter what. Tigers off the inbound. There's the drive, the feed inside. Ball loose on the floor. Tigers turn it over for the 4th time. Quakers basketball. Driving, ball stripped. We've got a loose ball on the floor and a jump ball. And it will stay with the Quakers, though they'll get charged with a turnover after losing the possession. Isaiah Ware trying to find an opening down the lane. Back in the lineup, David Vogel for Depauw. He has 4. Vandermerk leading the way with 9 so far for the Tigers. Hutchinson leading the Quakers with 6. Topalovich will be fouled from behind. That'll be Jacob Heller. And we're now in the 1 and bonus. I mentioned the women's game, they've gone to quarters, and what they've also done in the women's game is they go to 5 fouls and they shoot double bonus every quarter. Here is Alex Topalovich to the free throw line for the first time. And Topalovich missing short. We'll stay at 20-18. Quakers down by 2 with just over 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. That's Vogel. Quakers stay man-to-man here in the first half. 15 on the shot clock. There's the drive by Cunningham. It may have gotten away with a walk, no whistle. Topalovich on the drive. Knocks down the pass. Stolen away. Depauw with a turnover. Quakers on the run. Hutchinson layup good. And the Quakers have come back to tie this one at 20 apiece. How about Hutchinson, the big fella running the floor, almost comes up with a steal right there. Here's a three-pointer from the left wing. That one is no good as Heller can't get it to go. And Earlham quickly back the other way. Here is a three-pointer. That one is missed. And coming up short on the shot for the Quakers was Zolman. Might have been a little bit out of Zolman's range, and so we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:05 remaining here in the first half. We're knotted at 20. This is Quaker Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5.
Quakers were down by as much as 8 early in this one, but they battled back, tying this one at 20. We're at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Quakers with their season opener, trying to stop a long losing skid against the Tigers as well. So Tigers basketball back in the half court. There's a strong drive layup good by Vandermerk. He now has 11, and the Quakers have not found an answer for him yet. In the ball game for the Quakers now for the first time as they'll work it down low. Left-hand shot is no good, goes out of bounds. Zolman can't get it to go. Nick Sands, the 5'9 freshman out of Warsaw, now checking in for the Quakers. Quakers get a fresh 30 on the shot clock as they'll inbound, you see, from the baseline. Here's Alexander, the quick kick. Sands will drive down the lane, scoop shot short, ball tipped by Alexander. Can't get it to fall, and Cunningham with the rebound now for the Tigers. Boy, right down the lane, shot up and good, and a good shot by Brandon Fay. He gets his first 2. And looks like we may have a delay of game warning on the Tigers. Zolman coming out of the Quaker lineup. Hutchinson back in for Earlham. 6:19 remaining now in the first half. We also see Kamari Hunter back in the lineup. Here's Alexander on the drive, blocked. Vandermert once again there for the block. Still plenty of time on the shot clock with 23. As you see with Talon Alexander, more in that two-guard spot, much more comfortable than playing down in the post. Myman left the floater short. And the rebound, Vandermert once again for the Tigers. Little screen and roll again from the top, driving. And that pass out of the reach of Vandermert, and will go the other way. That'll be turnover number 6 now on the Tigers. Of course, at halftime, we'll check out the first half numbers and also see what is happening in college basketball this afternoon and what to expect tonight. Sands for 3, missed it. And Myman with the offensive rebound. No, Vandermert able to grab that one out of the air. Quakers have numbers the other way. Tigers start to attack. And now bring it back as Vogel for 3. Good. And you don't want that guy starting to heat up. 7 unanswered points now by the Tigers. It was tied at 20 moments ago. 5:18 remaining. Here is Hunter on the drive. Sands quickly to Myman. Myman for 3. No. Myman cold from the outside as Depauw a chance now to extend that to a 10-point lead if they can pick up a three-pointer right here. They almost lost it, and he does. 7 turnovers. Myman dumps behind Alexander, and a blocking foul away from the basketball. They'll get Heller for number 2. And Myman will go to the line for the 1 and bonus. That'll be team foul number 8 on the Tigers. Talon Alexander coming out of the Earlham lineup. We will see Cole Benet coming back in. Andrew Coos back in once again for the Tigers. And also Forrest Nettles. He is out of Pacific, Missouri, 6'6", and a sophomore. He wears number 42, so Nettles coming in for the first time. And here is Myman at the line, good on the front end of the 1-and-1, and the Quakers finally stop that run put together by the Tigers. And Earlham now down by 6 with 4:53 remaining here in the first half. Myman with his second free throw is good. Myman will come out. Topalovic is back in. Quakers showing a little 2-1-2 zone trap. Let's see how the Tigers will adjust to this. Most teams generally don't have a whole lot of issues when it comes to trapping in the zone. Man-to-man sometimes can be a little bit different, but the Tigers break that relatively easily. 14 on the shot clock. Skip pass. Three-pointer the way. Off the front of the rim is Fay, and Topalovic with a rebound for the Quakers. Here's Topalovic. Across the timeline. He will take it all the way, gets bumped, and puts it in. Alex now with 5, and the Quakers have cut that deficit down to 3. That'll be a blocking foul on Kamari Hunter. That's his second. He and Kyle Smith both have 2. There are 3 different players with 2 fouls for the Tigers. And it'll be Tiger basketball. That is Bogle. We just saw him hit a 3 moments ago. Coos out front, hands it off now to Fay. Skip pass, and a dangerous pass it was. Ball inside, and we've got a tripping foul as Nettles goes to the floor. No shot, as they'll call that one. I believe they got Benet. Quakers come back with Isaiah Ware. Also back in for the Quakers will be Kyle Smith, and they will put Forrest Nettles at the line for 2. Quakers now down by 4 with 3:51 remaining in the first half. Nettles for number 2, and that one rims in and out. And what do we have? Well, they got Topalovic. I think he was in the lane too soon. Alex kind of looking around like he must have been in before the release of the basketball, so Nettles will get a mulligan right here. Boy, way flat on that shot, and the rebound, Benet, for the Quakers. So still a 4-point lead for Depauw. Smith will hand it off to Ware. Here is Hutchinson looking for the backdoor cut as Topalovic unable to get high enough to grab that one, and the Quakers have turned it over for the 5th time. Once again, Quakers showing a little zone trap right here. Boy, another low pass and a bad pass as Nettles trying to throw that one at the feet, and he did, of Heller, and a turnover. That's number 8 unofficially for the Tigers. We'll check those numbers coming up at halftime. 3:26 to go here in the first half. Quakers down by 4. This will be Smith at the elbow. Isaiah Ware back once again to Hutchinson. Hutchinson dribble drive to the baseline, gets cut off by Nettles, throws up the shot, and they're going to call it traveling. And the Quakers with their 6th turnover as Hutchinson tried to draw the foul. Quakers again looking to trap. Here's Bogle, floater off the glass, no good with the left hand. Rebound Ware, Quakers out on the fast break. Bounce pass to Topalovic, he can't come up with it. 7th turnover for the Quakers. Depauw back the other way, a collision, and a blocking foul will be called. They'll get Hutchinson for number 2. The bench coming up for the Quakers. They thought that Hutchinson got there and drew the foul, but that won't be the case as Jacob Heller will go to the line. So Hutchinson in a little bit of foul trouble with 2. They will bring him out of the lineup, and that means Alexander will come in and play that low post, or at least the forward position for the Quakers. They'll move him out of the 2-guard spot. And here is Jacob Heller at the line, and the first free throw is good. Quakers now trail it by 5, and Vandermerk back in once again for the Tigers. 2:56 to go in the first half. Second free throw is good. Quakers close the gap, and Depauw answers every time. Quakers down by 6. That's Alexander straight away. Ware once again to Topalovic. Alexander from the left wing can't get it to go. Vandermerk with the rebound. And here come the Tigers once again. Tigers at 1-2 on the season. Won their opener against Franklin. Here's the drive, the bounce, and the kick. Bogle looking down low. Vandermerk with the size, lays it up over Benet, and he's having a pretty good first half, and the Quakers running, almost turning it over. Here's a shot on the way, good! Kyle Smith with his first 2. And as we thought earlier, these two teams are going to run and gun here in the first half. That'll be a travel on Coos. 9 turnovers now for the Tigers here in the first half. Looks like Heller has come back in now for the Tigers. Is at 35. Looks like Cunningham is back in. And they have taken Coos out of the lineup. He has 2 points. Quakers down by 6. Run to the 2-minute mark in the first half. Alexander not quite expecting that pass. Has it tipped away by Cunningham. Here's Topalovic. Topalovic with a left-hand drive, bouncing down low to Benet. Almost lost it. 7 on the shot clock. Alexander short. And the long rebound. And the drive and the bucket good from the right side by Isaiah Ware. I'm not sure what the call is right here as Isaiah Ware gets 2 on the board, makes it 32-28. Sands back in for the Quakers. And Earlham again will look to A little 2-2-1 zone trap this time. 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Entry pass to Cunningham. Cunningham trapped on the baseline by Topalovic. The kick. Tigers had 10 on the shot clock as they look low again. Nothing available from the right side. Here's Cunningham. Three-pointer on the way. That one's off the front of the rim as Fay comes up short. And we're at 1 minute remaining here in the first half of play. Alexander looking for Benet. Here's Sands for three. His off-balance jumper no good. Vandermerk with the rebound. And the Tigers will bring it down the floor with 50 seconds remaining. Cunningham on the low block. Turns into his right. Now that's a walk as he changed pivot feet. And Depauw now with 10 turnovers in the first half. 14 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so the Tigers will get one more possession. Here's Alexander. On the drive, stops, looks to give it up, does so to Sands. Sands off the skip pass. Here's the drive by Ware. Feeding down low once again to Benet. The drive by Sands has it blocked. Depauw has it. And they can shut off the shot clock, and they do. 18 seconds to go here in the first half of play. And the Tigers will play for the final shot. Here's Vogel. Vogel fires away, and that was a little bit early, but they get the offensive rebound. Cunningham has it blocked inside by Benet. 1 second to go, and that's going to do it. We have made it to halftime. When we come back, we'll run down the first half numbers as the Quakers and the Tigers doing battle here in this non-conference matchup at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Stay right there. This is Earlham men's basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot district that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
There's only one place to go on the web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. It's easy, it's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Hey, alumni! Wondering how you can stay connected to Earlham? The Alumni Office is here to make the connection last by organizing events in your area, representing alumni voices on campus, and helping you get connected to resources across our global community.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Do you need help taking care of your car? I know we do, because Troy can barely change the position of the seat. That's why we take our cars to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main Street in Richmond. We've been relying on Brad and his crew for years, and they always take good care of us without breaking the bank. For great auto service by trained professionals, call Beach Automotive at 966-8181 or visit their website at beach-auto.com.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, we have made it to halftime. Quakers down 30-28. Give you the first half numbers scoring-wise coming up in just a couple of moments. Let's give you some of the other details of this first half statistic-wise. For Depauw, in fact, neither team shot well in the first half. Depauw was 13 of 30, good enough for 43.3%. Only 3 of 11 from three-point range. That's 27%. They were only 3 of 4 from the free throw line, so neither team shot a whole bunch of free throws. But here's the one thing. They have listed Depauw for 14 turnovers in that first half of play. Also for the Tigers, 23 rebounds, 6 of those offensive. 5 assists, again, 14 turnovers and 2 steals in the first half of play. For the Quakers in the first half, they were 11 of 31, good enough for 35.5%. And by the way, Quakers shot worse than Depauw did in the first half from the three-point line, as Earlham shot only 18.2% in that first half of play, and they were 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Quakers had 17 rebounds, so they were out-rebounded by 6 in that first half, 5 offensive boards. Quakers had 8 assists, 7 turnovers, and they finished with 6 steals in the first half of play. Scoring-wise, Jack Vandermerk led the way with 13. He also ended up with, or I'm going to take that back, he had 16 points and 13 rebounds in the first half of play. So already Vandermerk with a double-double. 2 points by Heller. Volga with 7. Cunningham with 2. Fay with 2. Kuz had 2. And Forrest Nettles with a single point in the first half. Quakers were led by Daryl Hutchinson with 8. Kamari Hunter had 2. Talon Alexander with 4. Alex Topolovich with 5. Isaiah Ware with 4. Kyle Smith with 2. Myman finished with 2. And Benet with a single point in the first half of play. But boy, those big 14 turnovers in the first half for Depauw, and they still lead it by 4. We'll see if the Quakers can fight back here in the second half. They've done so far after falling down by 8 in the first half of play. When we come back, we'll check out some college basketball going on around the country as we get ready for Thanksgiving Day weekend holiday coming up. Lots of college basketball being played around the country. We'll talk about those scores and what's coming up a little bit later in a moment. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com.
Hey, Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners. Back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Quakers down at halftime, 32-28. Welcome back, and Mitch Blankensport has been kind enough to join us here at halftime. Your thoughts about the first half?
Yeah, Troy, it's the first time, again, in my first year here at Earlham, the first time that I've seen the Quakers play. Saw them once play last year when I was at Rose-Hulman. From a lot of people I've talked to, just briefly at halftime, a much improved squad from last year, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
I think one of the things that really rang true we talked about in the pregame was the fact that Depauw had a little more size. They've got a few more rebounds, but Earlham really did a good job forcing turnovers. 14 first-half turnovers for the Tigers. I'm sure Coach Bill Fenlon not happy about that one.
You know, that's one thing that kind of stuck out to me is you have a team that can turn them over 14 times, so now the Quakers just need to make sure that they capitalize on all those turnovers.
Yep, there were several fast break opportunities that Earlham made baskets on. There were several that Earlham didn't convert, and I think there were a couple not great shots taken by both squads there in that half. So definitely looking forward to Earlham to continue to force those turnovers, you said, Troy, but also keep pushing the ball and getting good quality looks there at transition.
And that was one thing. They really need to push it, and Depauw's really doing a pretty good job of keeping the Quakers from running as much as they would like.
They are. I think one of the things that Earlham is almost doing the same thing. Depauw had a couple fast break layups, I think 2 or 3 I remember in the first half, but what Earlham's sort of soft 2-2-1 pressure there is doing is it's forcing Depauw into some early three-point looks.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you make those are great, but a good three-point shooter is going to shoot, 1 out of 3?
Yeah.
You know, so if you're Coach Polikoff, I think you're okay with them taking some early contested three-point shots really early in the shot clock.
And stop the big guy inside, Vandenberg with, 13 points and 11 rebounds? Yep. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He's definitely been a force there for the Tigers. We saw that in the stats. Yeah. I'm sure everyone knew that coming in.
Yeah.
I think Daryl Hutchinson has done a pretty good job. I think Coach Polikoff rotated. You saw Cheney Zolman on him at times. You saw Daryl on him at times. You saw Topalovic on him at times. So we'll see how that sort of man-on-man matchup, or maybe Earlham will be forced to double-team him there late in this game.
A lot of guys played in that first half, too.
They did, yeah. No, definitely Earlham really, I think Coach Polikoff trying to find definitely don't have a set rotation this early in the year, given it's the first game, like to see what he has.
All right, good to see you again, man.
Thank you, Troy. Right. Have a good second
half.
All right,
thank you. As always, Mitch Blankensport, check out the Quakers' new website as well. GoEarlham.com features a new modern look along with a social media section called Connect with the Quakers. Along with the new athletics website comes a mobile app called Earlham Athletics Front Row. It's available for download at the App Store for your iPhone and Google Play Store for your Android. And the Front Row app allows fans to view GoEarlham.com in a mobile-friendly way. Notifications can also be set up. You can support Earlham Athletics by downloading the app today. Here's some college basketball. In fact, Indiana back in action today after losing yesterday to Wake Forest. They're playing St. John's. It's halftime. The pace. Going to get it here. The Hoosiers on top of that one, 42-31. Later today, LSU will take on North Carolina State. Cincinnati plays Southeastern Louisiana. It's Vanderbilt and Wake Forest. Oklahoma takes on Incarnate Word. Maryland will be playing Illinois State. Number 1 Kentucky up against Boston University. 5th-rated Kansas, they play UCLA. And number 9 North Carolina, they take on Kansas State. We're at halftime here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Quakers down this one, 32-28. Stay right there. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot district that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Summit Computers manufactures their own line of competitively priced workstations and servers with only high-quality parts. They are registered and certified business partners with many manufacturers, distributors, and companies to offer competitive pricing as a value-added reseller. Their experienced technicians have a proven track record and are an invaluable support team for your information technology needs. Contact Summit at 939-2120 and at summit-computers.com.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Ready for the second half, Quakers and the Tigers in this non-conference matchup. Quakers trying to get their first win of a brand new season. Depauw looking for their second win. It'll be Depauw basketball to open things up here in our second half of play. The women, as you heard earlier in our pregame, they're on the road tonight. We'll give you details of that game later tonight into tomorrow on GoEarlham.com. And there's a quick foul. They got Hutchinson for number 3, and so the Quakers, big man, may have to go to the bench early. And that's an indication right there that, again, they're going to be calling things very tight. Let's see if they do it all year. Entry pass, almost a turnover once again for the Tigers. Again, 14 turnovers in the first half. Good ball movement to Vogel. Here is John. Will pick up his dribble and the kick out, and the Tigers will have 14 on the shot clock. Here's Cunningham. It'll be John back out front to Vogel. On the drive is Latner. Bucket good. Latner with his first 2. He was shut out in the first half of play. And the Quakers down by 6. Hunter once again running the point. Here's Alexander at the right elbow. Zolman out front. He'll find Topalovic. His step-up shot no good, and the rebound by Cunningham. Tigers quickly pushing it up the floor, and that ball goes out of bounds. Who touched it last? They will say Earlham. Quakers coming back now with Kyle Smith. Hutchinson's going to come out, so the Quakers get a whole lot smaller, and well, that's tough for the Quakers being out-rebounded in that first half, 23-17, and Vandermerk had 13 of those boards. See the ball inbounded on the baseline for the Tigers. 20 on the shot clock. Screened by Cunningham. Here's John. John dribbles baseline right. Nice feed inside. And, boy, they got Topalovic on a little bump as Vandermerk was ready to go up with a shot. And Topalovic will pick up his second. Alex, 5 points in the first half. Played his junior season at Richmond High School here in Richmond before transferring to New Creations his senior season. Tigers got a fresh 30. Here's Cunningham. Nice spin. Bucket good. As Zolman fell to the floor, Cunningham now with 7, and the Quakers down by 8, but back the other way is Hunter. Hunter wasting no time getting on the board here in the second half, and the Quakers down by 6. And that'll be an offensive foul on Vandermerk. Turnover number 15 now on the Depauw Tigers. Vandermerk will pick up his first. Well, what an impressive first half. He averages 11.7 per game, but had a double-double in the first half. Quakers basketball down by 6. Here's Alexander to Topalovic out on the high post. Hunter coming off the screen will now get another screen from Topalovic and misses the wide-open jumper. And the Tigers in transition the other way. John will hand it off now to Latner. Latner to Vogel on the right wing to John. They're trying to post up. Vandermerk down low. He's got Topalovic about a 3-inch advantage. Left it short with a left-hand shot. And the rebound to Topalovic. Topalovic at about 6'4", but a very stout 6'4". Alexander to Topalovic. Shot fake, the drive, and he misses the layup as he went underneath the basket. Missed it with a right hand. Back there the way we go. Here's Latner. His bucket good. Latner with 4. And the Quakers down by 8. They just can't seem to get over that hump. This is Hunter getting the screen out front by Topalovic. Now the jumper from 3. That one off the front of the rim as Zolman can't get it to go. Here's John across the timeline. Vandermerk looking inside. Nothing there. Back to John. He'll get the screen off the left wing by Cunningham. Drives inside to Vandermerk. This time his fadeaway shot from the left side with the right hand. No good. Alexander with the board. Here's Smith. He'll set up for 3. Got it. Big bucket for the Quakers right there. Down by 5, 38-33. Cunningham will take the pass across the timeline. Here is Nate John, who got the start today. Cunningham on the high post. Now will drive. Got cut off by Topalovic. Now the ball into the hands of Latner. Latner, he will scoop up and on the shot good. Latner with 6 in the half. And the Quakers down by 7. Quakers will make a change in their lineup. Here's Smith at the right elbow. Alexander now to Topalovic. Alex looking for a cross right here. Hunter back to Topalovic. That shot off the mark, and the rebound Vogel. Vogel now to John. The kick out. Here's Cunningham. His three-pointer no good. And Alexander with a rebound for the Quakers. Back there the way as we attack right to left. Alexander on the drive, and they'll get Vogel on the block. I do believe that'll be number 2 on Vogel. Team foul number 2. Cole Benet coming in. Also coming in for the Quakers will be Darius Myman. Setting down will be Zolman and Topalovic. 15:42 to go here in the second half. Quakers down by 7. Hunter inbounding baseline right. Here's the entry to Alexander. Takes it up against Cunningham and lays it in. Talon now with 6. Quakers down by 5. Quakers again looking to trap. Cunningham will wait for help and hands it off now to Nate John. They're posting up. Vandermerk down low, and he's got a size advantage if he can post up against Kyle Smith. But now Alexander, the 6'5 senior, back for the Quakers. Back on defense. Here's Vogel. Vogel with the drive. Shot good right as the light goes off. Vogel now with 9. And the Quakers down by 7. Alexander, his three-pointer the way good. Alexander showing his range, and we got a timeout on the floor. 14:52 remaining in the second half. Quakers down 42-38. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
If you would like your athlete to take their game to the next level, look no further. New Vision Sports and their staff has over 20 years of experience in coaching and developing the serious-minded athlete. New Vision specializes in improving your basketball skills, overall speed, and agility. Find them on Facebook or Twitter, or give them a call at 765-977-5831. Again, call 765-977-5831, or go to their website at newvisionsports.com.
There's only one place to go on the web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. It's easy, it's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
The Quakers down by 4, and Earlham keeps making a little bit of a run, but again, just can't seem to get over the hump. Big three-pointer moments ago by Kyle Smith and Talon Alexander, and the Quakers now will come back on defense once again with that full-court trap. Back in the ball game, Andrew Coos for the Tigers. Down the lane, bucket good by Vandermerk. 18 now for Vandermerk, and he's having a heck of a ball game, 44-38. Quakers basketball. That's Hunter on the right wing. Gets the screen there by Benet. Here's Alexander. His straightaway three, no good. Vogel gets hit from behind. Let's see who they call the foul on. It will be Myman picking up the foul. Vogel was there. Vandermerk was there for the rebound. Quakers again with a 2-2-1 trap. So far, it has not bothered the Tigers as of yet, but the Quakers a very soft 2-2-1. Really slowing things up for the Tigers into their half court. 17 on the shot clock. The drive now by Latner. Latner stops, feeds down low, and there he is again, Vandermerk. Now with 20, the Quakers have no answer for the big fellow down low, and the Quakers back down by 8 once again. Here's Alexander. He'll turn around, shoot, off the glass, good. Talon Alexander now with 7 in the second half. He now has 11 to lead the Quakers in scoring. Now a 6-point lead. That's Latner. Well, they're going to go right back to where they have flourished so far here today, and it's Vandermerk again, 22, 6 in the second half. And Earlham, no help down low as they went one-on-one with Vandermerk, and somebody's going to have to help down low if they're going to stop him here this afternoon. 13:20 to go. Here's Smith for 3, good. Kyle Smith, his second 3, and the Quakers down by 5. Boy, how about Kyle Smith now with 8 points off the bench. Vogel, shot fake, drive, floater, left hand, no, and he'll be called for the foul. Good position by Talon Alexander. Vogel picks up, I've got him down for 3. They don't flash the fouls on the scoreboard today for some reason. Vogel's coming out. The end of the ball game will be Bradley Fay, so the Tigers get a little bit smaller, and Vogel a pretty darn good shooter. Vandermerk's going to come out after the 6 points he has scored here in the second half. Coming into the ball game will be Austin Morton. Quakers down by 5 with a basketball. That is Smith. Tigers have played a little zone. They played a little man-to-man. They've gone man-to-man here, and a travel by Myman. Quakers with their 8th turnover, and that's what you would consider an unforced error, as all Myman had to do was catch and shoot, and he moved his pivot foot. So the Quakers give it up, and once again, there's now a 2-1-2 trap. We have seen a 2-2-1 and a 2-1-2 here today for the Quakers. That'll cut about 10 seconds off the shot clock for Depauw. They'll go down to Coos. Turnaround shot with the right hand, no good. And the rebound by Benet for the Quakers. Here's Hunter. Hunter will find Alexander. Three-pointer good. Alexander showing his range, and now the Quakers down by 2. Depauw basketball. Here's Coos straight away. Now right side to Latner. Latner driving. Gets cut off on the double team. Fadeaway jumper counted. Nice recovery that time by Latner. And the Quakers now down by 4. 11:52 to go second half. Well, they have to cover up Alexander pretty quick as Coos knows his range is pretty lethal outside the three-point line. Alexander on the drive, feeds off now to Hunter. His three-pointer good. And now the Quakers down by 1. Depauw basketball. Here's Latner. Latner with the left hand. He will find Fay. His three-pointer way short. Quakers have a chance to take the lead. Benet with a rebound. Here's Hunter. Hunter on the drive, off the glass. No, he left it well short. And here come the Tigers. Here's Fay. Fay, Latner. Latner up with it good. Latner in double figures in the second half with 10. And once again, the Quakers unable to get over the hump, trail it by 3. Topalovic set to come back in for the Quakers. Also coming in a moment will be Isaiah Ware. Here's another three-pointer. This one good. Benet for 3, and the Quakers have tied this one at 52. Earlham now with 5 three-pointers. Actually, 6 three-pointers in the second half. And Earlham an 8-point deficit. They've tied it. Morton trying to post up down low. Here's Latner on the drive. Nice soft touch by Latner, and boy, he's having a heck of a second half. 12 all coming in the second half for Latner. Earlham's going to come back with 3 new players. We'll see Depauw come back with a player themselves. Here's Myman for 3. That one is no good. Quakers hustle back on defense. Here's John on the drive. We'll find Fay. Fay gets the high screen from Coos. John will receive, drives it to the baseline. Now with a left-hand dribble as Myman cuts him off there. Coos down on the baseline, lost his balance. Alexander with the steal. Quakers forcing the 16th turnover, but an intentional foul called at midcourt as they will get Bradley Fay on the intentional foul. Boy, Fay tried to make the tackle at midcourt, and Talon Alexander's going to go to the free throw line. So Fay picks up the foul, and here is Alexander at the line. 9:37 remaining here in the second half, and the free throw is good. Alexander now 2 of 3 from the line. Quakers down by 1. And the good news here is the Quakers will get the basketball. So now Earlham has tied this one at 54. Hunter coming out. Sands coming in for the Quakers. We mentioned already that Isaiah Ware, the freshman from Indianapolis, back in for the Quakers, and he'll run the point. Benet trying to find room down low as the Quakers now a chance to take the lead. Sands straight away gets the screen from Topalovic. Sands will stop that about the three-pointer inside to Topalovic. He gets trapped, throws it to Sands. He almost goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Quakers. That's number 9. Depauw quickly out on the run. Inside, wild shot, no good. Put back on the way. That one is missed. Latner missed them both, and somehow Topalovic came out with it. Quakers back the other way. Here's Sands off now to Ware. Sands knocked out of his hands, goes to the floor. Now we have 2 players on the floor, and they're going to call a timeout. Depauw got possession of the basketball, and they get the timeout. We, too, will take a timeout. 8:50 remaining here in the second half. Quakers and the Tigers tied at 54.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Quakers making a game of this one here in the second half. Kalen Alexander, the hot hand for the Quakers. Luke Latner, the hot hand for the Tigers. And it'll be Tiger basketball. 8:49 remaining in this one. And the way this one's going right now, it may go down to the wire. Tigers still have Vandermerk on the bench, though he's been a Quaker killer here today. Tigers back in the half court in the lane. Little jump hook on the way, good. That'll be Heller with the bucket. And the Tigers regain the lead by 2. Sands to Topalovic, quick pass to Benet. Benet almost lost it. Here's a three-pointer. That one rims in and out as Ware can't get it to go. Here's Heller. Good ball movement inside. It goes out of bounds, and they'll see the Tigers the last to touch it. Jason Polikoff would like another opinion, as it almost appeared that the Tigers were actually the last to touch it. That was Austin Morton who had a hand on it. 25 on the shot clock. That baseline shot on the way good is Latner again. Boy, he is unconscious in the second half. I don't think he's missed much more than one shot so far. Tigers coming back to their bench. Quakers coming back as well with Hutchinson. Here's Topalovic out on the high post. Now Smith. Smith stops, gives it up again to Ware. And we've got an offensive foul. I believe they got Ware on the charge. Good position down low by Morton. Isaiah Ware will pick up his first. Back in the ball game, Cunningham. Vandermerk is back in as well for Depauw. We mentioned already that Hutchinson is coming to the ball game. Talon Alexander in the Quaker lineup. He'll be joined by Topalovic, Ware, and Sands. And the Tigers promptly throw it away. Unofficially 17 turnovers now by Depauw. Myman coming back in. Sands coming out of the lineup. So the Quakers again down by 4. They tied it at 54. Tigers have come back with 4 unanswered. 7:29 to go. Here's Hutchinson in the corner to Alexander. Alexander on the drive, forcing his way in. Layup good. Boy, Talon Alexander just using that big body down low, able to get the 2 points to go. Ball over and back. No, they're going to say the Quakers touched it. Alexander having to hustle back on defense. The pass inside, turnover again by the Tigers. They were looking for Vandermerk. Quakers can tie it right here. Hutchinson, baseline jumper, good. Quakers have now tied this one at 58. Hutchinson now with 10. This is Cunningham with the basketball for the Tigers. Latner driving, and the blocking foul called on Topalovic. And Topolovich will pick up his third. Boy, Latner again. And I believe the bucket did count. And that'll put Latner at the line. 16 points by Latner here in the second half, matching the 16 by Vandermerk in the first half. And now 17 on the board, and the Quakers now trail it by 3. Hunter across the timeline, Myman on the wing. Back to Hunter in the right corner. 19 on the shot clock. Hunter lost it, regains possession. Here's Hutchinson. He's going to pull up. His jumper no good. And Latner with a rebound. Latner wasting no time. He'll bring it across the timeline. High screen by Cunningham for Latner. Latner feeling it, and he should. Wow. Latner with a three-pointer. And the Quakers down by 6 just like that. How about Latner? Scoreless in the first half, and he's on fire in the second half. Here's Alexander. Back to Topolovich. His three-pointer no good, and the Quakers going cold. Vandermerk with a rebound. 20 points by Latner in the second half. And Latner again on the drive. Sidesteps the defender, missed the shot. He went right by Hutchinson. Myman with a rebound. Quick pass to Topolovich in the corner for 3. Can't get it to go again as Alexander looking for the assist. 5:20 to go here in the second half. Vandermerk once again, and that one in and out of the hands as Latner. That is the 19th turnover now by Depauw. And boy, you got to give them credit. 19 turnovers, yet they're still winning 64-58. And they've had some, what you would consider pretty silly turnovers. Here's Alexander. Topolovich on the high post. Topolovich looking back to Alexander on the left wing. Talon forcing his way in, throws up the shot and missed it. And Vandermerk with a rebound. Tigers bring it back the other way. Here's John across the timeline. We'll see if they'll go inside to Vandermerk. Nope, Vogel's going to shoot the 3, and he hit it. Vogel now with 12, and the Quakers need a timeout. It was tied just moments ago, and all of a sudden Depauw owns a 9-point lead, 67-58. This is Quaker basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars.
Well, you tell you what, the first half shooting numbers, both teams in that first half were under 45%. You go back now to the second half of play, and they have both shot well. Depauw now 53%, and the Quakers have upped theirs to 40. That's not as much, but again, Depauw shooting lights out here in the second half. And Earlham's got to find a way now. They really did a good job of coming back, tying this ball game, but now find themselves in a deep hole down by 9 with 4:43 remaining. Boy, they got Alexander going. He has 19, but then everyone else, they've gone kind of cold. Well, a little sloppy ball handling that time for the Quakers. Here's Hunter on the right wing. The screen now by Hutchinson. Hutchinson feeling it as well. His bucket good. 12 by Hutchinson. See if the Quakers have another run in him right here. Trailing this one by 7. Tigers get it across the timeline. Here's John. Now to Latner at the elbow. Latner gets the screen from Cunningham. Latner down the lane. Bucket good. He did it again. 22 points in the second half. And the Quakers down by 9. Fadeaway jumper by Smith, no good. Vogel with a rebound. That's a quick shot that time for the Quakers. Here's Cunningham straight away, looking right now to Nate John. John with a crossover in the lane to Vogel. And a smart play that time by Depauw to reset it with 13 on the shot clock. Once again, here is Latner for 3. No, this time. And the rebound by Kamari Hunter. Quakers out on the run. Alexander down the lane. There's a bump, and they were ready to continue on that one. Foul will be called on Nate John, his third. Alexander, are they going to say no? That's no shot whatsoever, but they were holding it like they were calling that a 2-shot foul. 3:29 to go here in the second half. Quakers inbounding. Topalovic handing off now to Hunter. Hunter gets the screen from Alexander, will reset it. Topalovic looking inside just briefly. Back out once again to Smith. Here's Alexander. His pull-up shot, that's off the mark. You could see that from the beginning. And the rebound, Vandermerk. Boy, Vandermerk, what a ball game he has had. But how about Latner in the second half? 22 points for Latner. There's Vandermerk. Latner, and he's got the hot hand. They'll just keep going to him. He thought he got fouled. No whistle. Turnover, number 20. Quakers back to the way. Here's Alexander. Good. 21 by Alexander. Quakers down in this one by 7. 2:44 to go. Cunningham across the 10-second line. Waits for help. Now gets it to John. Back to Cunningham. They're looking inside. Vogel bouncing now to Vandermerk. Back outside. Wide open. Jumper good. The three-pointer again by Latner. And we've got a whistle, and I think the Quakers may have committed a turnover on the inbound, and they did. Quakers now with 10 turnovers. Myman coming in. Also back in will be Ware, and we'll see Benet come in. But the Quakers down by 10 with 2:26 remaining here in the second half.
Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5.
One point, this ball game was tied at 58. And now the Quakers behind the 8-ball right here with only 2:22 remaining. Depauw basketball. And they'll, I would anticipate, use a little bit of clock if they can. Cunningham kicks it outside to Latner. Latner 25 points, all in the second half. First half it was Vandermerk. Second half it was Latner. Latner almost losing it. Able to save it. Here's Vandermerk for 3 with 4 on the shot clock. Missed it, but Vogel there with a putback. Boy, Quakers had everybody out chasing the basketball. Nobody back to rebound. And off the missed shot, an easy putback. Drive missed by Ware. The rebound put back in by Hutchinson. And Hutchinson now with 14. Quakers back down by 10. And we're down to 94 seconds remaining in this one. As that run put together by Latner and the Tigers, when it was tied at 58, the Quakers went a little cold right there, and the Tigers took well advantage. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cunningham from 15 missed it. Offensive rebound put back good as Vandermerk again. 24 points by Vandermerk. And the Quakers down by 12 when we have a minute remaining. Here's a three-pointer by Ware. That one is good. Quakers went on a huge three-point tear a few moments ago. Let's give you some numbers right now. Talon Alexander with 21 points. Hutchinson has 14 for the Quakers. 7 by Smith, 7 by Ware, and 4 by Benet, 5 by Hunter. That's 2 points by Myman, that in the second half. But, boy, you look at the numbers by Depauw. It was Vandermerk in the first half, 16. He added 4 more buckets in the second half. He has 24. But Luke Latner, just a freshman. Latner is out of Hinsdale, Illinois, 6'1", and he was scoreless in the first half, and yet then he goes on a huge tear in the second half, and he has 25 points. That is incredible for the freshman. Vogel, by the way, the team's leading scorer, coming in at 17. He has 14, so 3 players in double figures today for the Tigers. Tigers basketball. 1 minute to go. Quakers will press once again. Earlham will need to. In fact, there are 2 fouls to be given right here, so if the Quakers are planning on fouling, they need to do it quickly and try to stop the clock if they can. Vogel down on the baseline, and they'll kick it back out to Vandermerk. Vandermerk got hit right there by Topalovic, and they will call it the second time. And it won't be on Topalovic, though. It'll be called on Kyle Smith. Smith will pick up his third, and again, that's only team foul number 6. Quakers let 16 seconds run off the clock before they fouled. Cunningham, and the foul called on Alexander. So now we'll go to the free throw line. Clint Cunningham with 7 this afternoon, and this will be a 1 and bonus situation. Cunningham, the junior out of Columbus North High School. In fact, anybody that's a Richmond Red Devil basketball fan remembers Cunningham as part of that Columbus North team that continued to win the Bob Weddick Memorial Tournament over and over and over again as Cunningham hits the free throw. Back to a 10-point lead with 43.4 seconds remaining. And Cunningham's second free throw is up, and it is good. So the Quakers down by 11. Quite the effort today for the Quakers, but they're going to come up short in this one as that shot's off the mark. Cunningham able to grab that one, and he'll be fouled. Topalovic is going to be guilty of the foul. So Topalovic will pick up foul number 4. Again, the second half shooting for Depauw. They end up in this one, at least at this stage, at 53%. As the free throw's no good. They were at 43% in the first half. 28 seconds to go. Hutchinson, long range, no. Off the hand of Cunningham, saved by Smith. He'll drive, feeds it off to Hutchinson, layup good. Hutchinson with 16. And a foul in the backcourt with 17.7 seconds remaining. Kamari Hunter will pick up foul number 3. This is Vogel for the 1 and bonus. And the left-hander missed the front end. Quakers' last opportunity right here as Hutchinson inside. No, here's Topalovic on the drive. Out now to Hunter. His three-pointer good. Well, I should say just over 5 seconds remaining as the foul quickly. 78-72, 4.8. And Hunter will pick up his 4th. And this will be double bonus now for Latner. Latner with 25, all coming in the second half. Not a bad game here tonight for the freshman. 79-72. Latner came in averaging 16, but again shot out in the first half. His second free throw is good. And this should be the final possession of the ball game right here. As Hunter will give it off now to Smith. He'll throw up the three. Put back in at the last moment. It will count for Hutchinson. And that will do it. Your final score, Quakers lose it 80-74. We'll come back in a moment with the final numbers as the Quakers drop their opening season game here by a final of 80-74. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Fight, fight, inner light. Graduation's in plain sight. Is it true? You're almost through? Your Alumni Council is here for you. Learn more about the Earlham Alumni Council and how we can help at earlham.edu/alumni.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot district that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot district. It really is better than being home.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Back here once again at the Athletics and Wellness Centers, the Quakers dropped their first game of the year, 80-74. What a shootout in the second half. Depauw scoring the Quakers 48-46. Here are the official numbers in the first half, or I should say in the ball game tonight, not the first half. Scoring-wise for Depauw, they ended up with 3 players in double figures. Luke Latner with 27, and again, all 27 of his points coming in the second half. Jack Vandenberg finished with 24, David Bogle with 14. 6 points by Clint Cunningham, 4 by Jacob Heller, 2 by Bradley Fay. Andrew Coos finished with 2, and Forrest Nettles finished with a single point. The Tigers ended up 33 of 62, good enough for 53%. They also finished with 42 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. They did have 20 turnovers. That's one area that would be of concern, but still not bad when you turn the ball over. Still managed to win here tonight by 6, and that rounds out the final numbers tonight for Depauw. Quakers had 3 players in double figures as well, led by Talon Alexander with 20. Daryl Hutchinson finished with 18 in his first collegiate game. Kamari Hunter with 10. Kyle Smith finished with 8 points. Isaiah Ware with 7. Alex Topalovic finished with 5. Cole Benet with 4. Darius Myman with 2. Nick Sands and Cheney Zolman played and failed to score. The Quakers finished 29 of 68, good enough for 43%. They were 10 of 27 from three-point range, 37%, and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. They were out-rebounded tonight, 42-31. Quakers did have 20 assists on the night, did finish with 12 turnovers on the night as well. And real quick here, boy, the bench points were big too. 21-5 were the final bench points in that one. The largest lead for Depauw was 12. The Quakers at one point had a 3-point lead. There were 4 ties and 3 lead changes in the ball game here tonight. So Quakers, a good showing in their first game of the year, but not enough here tonight as they lose it 80-74. We'll be back here on Sunday when the Quakers will take on Oberlin. That is a 4 o'clock start time, our pregame coverage beginning at around 3:40. Again, your final score, Depauw wins it. They improved to 2-2 on the season as they beat the Quakers 80-74. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.